name is John Beltran, and I am the Director of District Safety. Today I want to talk to you about RL Central Elementary School District's Emergency Response Plan. We train staff, students, and parents in the Standard Response Protocol, also known as the SRP. The I Love You Guys Foundation developed the SRP in 2009 and is currently being used in over 30,000 schools, businesses, and law enforcement worldwide. This school year, we are partnering with the El Centro Police Department to incorporate local law enforcement into our trainings. What is the Standard Response Protocol? It is 5 different actions that can be used to respond to any given situation, from minor to major incidents. They include hold, secure, lockdown, shelter, and evacuate. Let's quickly go through each of these actions. Number 1, hold. A hold is based on an activity at the school site and can be from a specific classroom, building, or area. During a hold, students and staff will remain in the building or the area they are currently at based on instructions they hear from our public announcement system. Holds are very short and are for minor incidents, like a spill on the walkway that needed to be cleaned up before students are released to prevent slips and falls. Number 2, secure. During a secure, the school site will lock all its buildings and the perimeter fencing. This is based on the activity outside of the school, but near enough that we want to take extra precautions. This can include local law enforcement activity in the area, not related to the school. Students and staff maintain their normal function inside the classroom until the secure is lifted. No one is to be outside the classrooms during a secure, and student release can be delayed if school ends during a secure. Please know, if we are in a secure, we will not allow you on campus until we are cleared of the incident. This is for everyone's safety. Number 3, lockdown. During a lockdown, the school site will lock all its buildings and perimeter fencing. This is based on activity inside or very near to the school. Students and staff are trained to get inside the nearest building, or if they are outdoors, to either get into the nearest building or evacuate the campus. Once inside a building, they are to have the doors locked and lights off to remain out of sight, quiet, and to not open the door for anyone. Lockdowns are for the most serious situations. Parents, if a school goes into lockdown, you will receive a message via Parent Square with instructions and updates. It is very important that you keep your contact information up to date so we can keep you informed. If your child has a cell phone, they will be allowed to text or call once it's safe to do so. Avoid calling their phones, as the noise could alert someone to people being in the classroom. Number 4, shelter. During a shelter, students and staff are instructed to take safe shelter due to a natural event in or near the school. An example of this would be an earthquake, where students are trained to shelter under their desks. Number 5, evacuate. During an evacuation, students and staff are moved to a safe or new location due to a situation in or near the school building. This could be a gas leak in a building or a fire close to the school site. You may be asking yourself, my child is evacuated. What does that mean? At El Centro Elementary, we have a plan in place for transferring students to a safe location and a reunification process. Our main priority is to reunite students with their parents or guardians as soon as possible during an emergency situation. We will work with our police and fire agencies to determine when it is safe to reunite students, parents, or guardians. These situations often take time and planning to ensure you and your child are reunited safely. You will receive a detailed message from the district notifying you of the reunification location and instructions through Parent Square. It is important to listen to the message in its entirety, as it will have valuable information that will allow us to reunite you with your child in a timely and orderly fashion. You may be asking yourself, what can I do as a parent to prepare my child? The district has a webpage dedicated to parent resources for school safety. We recommend that you talk to your child about the 5 actions. Review as a family how you will communicate, where you will go, and safety steps during an emergency. You can also attend our district parent safety trainings held throughout the year. Safety is everyone's job, and together we can limit or prevent certain disasters. Please report any safety concerns to myself at 760-352-5712, extension 8556. And in the case of an emergency, please call 911. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Harding parents. This is Mr. Nunez, principal here at Harding School, welcoming you to our back to school night. Tonight is a very special night. We're hoping that all our parents are able to attend our school site. We'll be here in person, and starting today at 5:30, our teachers will be giving presentation in regards to their classroom procedures, homework, and other important information for this school year. So we're hoping that everybody can attend their child's classroom And like I said, at 5:30 and 6 o'clock will be the first presentation in regards to information about the classroom. And then the teachers will give a second presentation. It's usually the same presentation, but it's either in English or Spanish. And that'll start at 6 o'clock to 6:30. So those of you that have more than one child, you'll be able to hopefully attend both teachers or the number of teachers you need to attend. So before you head off to visit your teachers' classrooms, I do have an important meeting that I have information I have to share with you. It's our annual Title I school-wide parent meeting, and that's what this video is for. So let me introduce you some key staff before we get into the Title I information. We'll start first with our school board. Our school board is a very supportive board, so we thank them for all their hard work in supporting not just our school, but all the schools in the school district. So we'll start first with our school president, and that's Mrs. School Board President, that's Mrs. Catalina Penlin. Ms. Penlin is also a Harding parent, so we thank her for all her support as well. The clerk of the school board is Mr. Arevalo, and then the other trustees are Mr. Hernandez, Mr. Minix, and Mrs. Terraza. So once again, we thank them for all their support. Moving on to our district administration. Our superintendent is Mr. John Ledoux. The associate superintendent is Mr. Ruben Castro. And then the associate superintendent of administrative services is Mrs. Christy Curry. So once again, we want to thank also our district administration for being strong supporters of our schools and just being there for whatever we may need, whether it's financially, security issues, curriculum, anything that we need. We appreciate all the hard work and support that our district administration gives to our school sites. So moving on to our school, I just wanted to just quickly introduce you to our school staff. These are our teachers for this school year, all returning veteran teachers. We only have one new teacher to our school site. She's not new to teaching. This is her second year of teaching, but it is her first year here at Harding School, and that is Miss Lisa Arevalo, and she will be taking over one of our second grade classrooms. So welcome aboard, Miss Arevalo. Moving on to our support staff, these are the people behind the scenes. These are people who got our school ready got our school ready during the summer, and then continually work every day to keep our school running smoothly. So we want to thank our three custodians, Mr. Delgadillo, Mrs. Ferel, and Mr. Gutierrez, for all their hard work in getting our school ready and for the daily tasks that they have to deal with, like I said, in order to keep our school running smoothly. And of course, I want to thank my three school secretaries, my three front office staff. We have our secretary, Mrs. Fielder, Mrs. Lopez, and Ms. Valdez. Three very friendly people and very helpful people as well. They are the face of the school. Most of you is the first people that you meet when you come to our school. And like I said, they're here to support you and help you in anything you may need. Reach out to them through a telephone call or email, and they're always here to, like I said, help our parents and whatever questions or concerns they may have. All right then, so let's go into our Title I information. All right then, let's get into our Title I. So every year we have to present to our parents that we are a Title I school-wide program. In fact, the whole district, El Centro is Title I, but we are, as a school side, Title I program. And I'm not going to read this to you verbatim, but basically Title I is funding that we get from the government to help our students who are below grade level. So those lowest achieving students are the ones that we're focusing on through our interventions that we have throughout the day and after school. So that Title I funding that we get, we use those monies for tutoring after school, for supplemental materials to support the students, computer technology programs that we can use to help them also during intervention time. That's what is our title program funding is used for. You will get more information during the parent conference week, which is October 25th to 29th. So you'll get a form in our parent contract, which is part of Title I. And basically it outlines your duties, our duties, and your child's duties. And then you'll sign off on it. And that's part of our Title I documentation. So you'll see some more of Title I during parent conference weeks, the week of the 25th to 29th in October. Part of Title I is going over our curriculum. This is our K through 6 curriculum. It's district-wide. It's district-wide, and our core program is the curriculum that's adopted by the board, and it's using curriculum programs that are provided by state. So the state approves them. Different companies, we look at them, and then we choose we choose as a school site, as a district, the one company we want to work with in their curriculum. the board approves it, and then that's what we use district-wide. So as you can see here, we don't have TK, but TK has their own curriculum. And then our K to third, K second, their ELD language arts program is Journeys, and then the upper grade is Wonders. So it's they're different language arts programs, but that's what we use for our reading. And then for math, everybody in the school district uses Go Math. Social studies, we all use Studies Weekly. And then for science, we have our science kits that our district creates. So the teachers use a different science kit every quarter. And in addition, we supplement them or we support them with our Science Weekly, which is reading material in science, okay? And in addition, all this material that we have it in Spanish also for our DI program. So our Spanish language arts, which is, we use Senderos for K2 and Maravillas for our for 3rd through 6th for our DI programs. So all the curriculum programs we have for our English speakers, our English program, also our DI programs uses those same materials, however they use them they're in Spanish, of course. And in addition, we have a couple of programs that we use with our special education students, and that's Read 180 and Math 180. So those are computer programs that our SDC and RSP teachers use with those students, okay? And then in addition, we have supplemental programs. We have iRead, which is a reading program for our K to 2nd students. And then we have, this year is a brand new program. We have From Phonics to Reading that we're using K3rd, but believe it or not, we're also using it with some of our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders because some of them are struggling with their reading as well. And in addition, for our students who are ELD, English language learners, we have Imagine Learning. That's a program that can use to support them. And we have that also for our DI program as well. A lot of you are familiar with Freckle Math, which is also a supplemental math program. So our kids, as a school, we've done really well district-wide. Our kids usually, some of the top kids are finishing the levels, their grade levels, and going on to the next grade level in Freckle Math. So we're proud about that. This year, we also purchased Freckle Reading or ELA for all our students. So it's a Freckle Math program, but it's in English language arts. And then the last program we have is Mayan. A lot of you might be familiar with it. It's a reading program, part of Renaissance Place, which is the company that's in charge of Accelerated Reader. So Mayan is where our students can log on, and there's like more than thousands of reading book titles where they can read books online. And then from there, they can take their AR quizzes in order to meet their AR goals. So that's the Mayan program, okay? Really quick questions in the chat. I want to answer about ACES. Can we still sign up for ACES? Yes, you can. However, right now there is a waiting list, and there is legislation right now that going through the state that we might get funding where we're going to have to allow everybody who signs up for ACES. So we won't have a waiting list once that's approved. But until that's approved, you can still sign up, but there is a waiting list. Is there tutoring for 6th graders besides ACES? Right now, our teachers, they've all been given the opportunity to offer tutoring after school. So some teachers are going to start doing that. I know for a fact I have two teachers in 1st grade. They're going to start pretty soon, and they'll be doing actual tutoring with their students. So hopefully we can get tutoring for each grade level. But if not, we will try to get some either a substitute or another teacher to see if they can teach that grade level that we're lacking. Okay. All right, then, academic assessments used to measure student progress. So this is really quick, just showing you the different assessments that we use throughout the district. In the classroom, we have assessments that are determined by a classroom teacher. And that's basically the curriculum programs that they have for math and reading. They come with their own quizzes and their own assessments. So it just depends on what the teacher is teaching that week. They can give a weekly quiz on reading or math, or they can give one after every chapter, or they can give one every quarter at the end of the quarter. So the assessments within the classroom are based on what's being used within the curriculum programs. Some teachers, of course, they have their weekly spelling, their weekly vocabulary tests, assessments that they use as well. So it just depends on what the teacher is working on curriculum-wise that week or that quarter. District assessments, we have several assessments that we do district-wide. They have to do with our STAR reading program, which is part, again, of Renaissance Place, the people who make AR. And basically, we have STAR reading, STAR early literacy, and this year we have From Phonics to Reading assessments. So all of our students are assessed on one of these assessments. They've already been assessed to see where they're at, to see where their reading level's at, where they're at, since last school year, come back from the summer and see where they're at. And that way the teachers, once the kids take the test, we look at the data, and then teachers can start planning from there where they need to start basically with their students. Depending on their results, some students might come out below grade level. So those are students that teacher can use for their intervention groups throughout the day. And then you have kids are probably pretty close to being proficient or at grade level. So that way she can work with that group. And then you have your advanced group that those kids need to be challenged. So we use those assessments on a quarterly basis, or at least for sure once a month. We as a grade as a staff, we have one of our staff meetings where we look at that data and plan using that data for the rest of the month. Okay. And then the last one are state assessments, and those are basically for our English learners. We have the LPAC. So any students, an English learner in K6, they take that assessment at the beginning of the school year. The other one is the initial LPAC. Again, those are all our kinder students. If you filled out, it's called a home language survey. So if you put in the home language survey that you either speak, or if you use Spanish in the classroom at home, I'm sorry, there were 5 questions, but if any of those 5 questions you answer that use Spanish in one of those questions, then those are the kids that we consider English learners, and we assess them in the LPAC. Okay, so I know some of you filled out the form just not thinking about it, but like I said, if you put Spanish on there, then that's a flag for us to assess your kid in their language, in the English language. Okay, I know some of you are English only, and you might have put Spanish on there because maybe grandma speaks Spanish, but in reality, the home is a English speaking home. Then that's something you need to get a hold of me and let me know. Mr. Nunez, I put Spanish, but in reality, my kid is an English only student. And that's if we don't do that, then again, if you put Spanish, we have to assess them by law. Okay, so that's the LPAC for any new kindergarten student and any new student to our school coming who is the first year in the United States. Okay, and then the last 2 are state tests that are given to our 3rd or 8th grade students. The CAS is the assessment we give to our students in 3rd or 8th in math and language arts. So those are usually starting in the March, April, and May. And then the last one we have is the physical fitness test that we give to our 5th graders. So those are the state assessments that we give as a school site. Okay. Next is just the achievement levels. I just want to go over the achievement levels really quickly in regards to Title I. So when your students are assessed either in the LPAC or the CAS, which is the state assessment, their results are given a level of achievement. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. I would say 5, but there's 4 levels. It used to be 5. There's 4 levels, and the highest, of course, is standard exceeded. So that's a level 4. In the old assessment, we used to call it the advanced level, which is the blue level. So if your student comes out with a standard exceeded, that means they're at advanced level, a level 4, which is the highest. The next one is standard met, which is right at grade level. That means they're meeting the standards of their grade level. That used to be our level 4 in the past, which was proficient, and it was the color green. So they still use the same colors. Standard exceed is blue. Standard met is green. The next one is standard nearly met, that means they're not at grade level, but they're pretty close, somewhere in there. And that's it's our level 3, and it's the color yellow, and it's it used to be I can't think of I think almost at standard. That's not the right one, but that's something like that. The last one is standard not met, which used to be color red, and that was a far below basic in the past, but those are students that standard not met. So if you look at their assessments from the state and you see any one of these levels, it's telling you, it's letting you know where they're at as far as, say my son was a 5th grader, he took the 5th grade assessment in math and language arts. Then depending on their level, it's going to tell me if he's green or blue, that means he's at grade level or advanced. If he gets yellow or red, that means he's below grade level. And that way I'm aware of that and try to get him some help or whatever to get him back up to grade level. Okay. The last part of Title I is parent involvement. So these are different opportunities that I want to share with you where you can participate here at our school site. One of them is communication through the planners that we set. The students have agendas and they have homework folders. So that's a form of communication between you and your teacher. Some of the teachers require you that you sign off on it every night. But if anything, make sure you look at it. They send important information there. you might want to sign off that you reviewed your kids' your homework. And the other thing, if you want to send the letter a note or give the teacher a note, that's a perfect place to do it in the agenda or the homework folder. So that's one form of communication. You can participate here at our school site. The other one is school site council. We gave out some orange colored forms last week. So I have about 5 people already returned that they're interested. So I will be sending out a ballot next week for you guys to vote. And again, it's school site council works with me and 4 other staff members in looking over our what we call our single plan of student achievement. And basically, it's our plan of what we're going to do for the school year academically, with interventions, with ACEs, and how we use our monies that we're given by the federal monies, the state monies. It's all in that plan. So the school site council reviews it with me. They give me their input. The school site council is basically the voice of the parents. And so if you're interested in being a part of that school site council, fill out that form and send it to our school site. Commitment is every 3rd Wednesday of the week for 1 hour, and we do it via Zoom. All right, really quickly, Parent View. Some of you already are aware of Parent View. You know how to use it to register your student. But Parent View is also good to check your students' attendance, and also to check their grades. So our teachers should be working on inputting the grades on their grade book, and those grades should be showing up on the Parent View. And that way you can check up on your kids' progress. I know it's the worst thing you ever created for my son and daughter when they were in high school, because I used to check it every Friday before the weekend and see if they wanted to do something. And depending on their grades, whether they're going to have a great Saturday or an awful Saturday. So anyways, that's what Parent View is there. It's for you to check your child's attendance and also their progress as far as their grades. PTA, our Parent Teacher Association, is a parent group that supports our school with different activities. We're hoping to launch it off the ground next month in October. So if you're interested in becoming a member, again, we'll send out more information. And hopefully once we have started having activities at the actual school site, PTA is a great helper in helping us get those activities off the ground. Okay. The last two, of course, meet with your child's teacher. If anything, make an appointment with your teacher. If you have a concern, send them an email, send them a class dojo. But any concerns you might have about grades, things are going on, best way to do it is send your teacher an email and set up an appointment. Right now, unfortunately, all appointments are via Zoom, but sometimes it's easier for you guys and for us. But if anything, just send an email to your teacher or a class dojo message. And then the last 2 ways you can become or participate is we have our class dojo, we have our Facebook page, we have our Instagram, we have our school website. So all those are available with school information. Class dojo, again, if you're on there, you can send me a message, you can send your teacher a message. So those are another way that you communicate with us in the school and your teacher. And the last one I'll talk about is the ELAC committee. Is for our English learners. I will send out I'll be sending out nomination forms probably next week, only to those parents or English learners. And again, the committee is made up of 5 members, and they oversee our English language program. I work with them, and I show them our ELD program. We look at the LPAC, the actual assessment. So we break down the English program a little bit more with the LPAC group parents. And again, they're there to oversee and give input to the school side in regards to our programs and what they hear from the community or concerns that the community might have. Those people are there to share that with the ELAC. Quick question on the chat: how do you register per Parent View? If you don't have your Parent View yet, send us an email or send us a class dojo, and we will get that for you. We'll send you a PDF form with that information. Let me skip AVID real quick. AVID is just a program that we have school-wide, and it's to prepare our students for getting ready for college readiness and success in the global society. So it's strategies that we use K-6 to help our kids better prepare for higher education or going to a technical school or even going into the workforce. So those are strategies that our teachers have been trained on, and we work with our students. These are the different strategies that we do. We work with organization. We work with something called WICKER, which is an acronym for Writing to Learn, for Inquiry, Collaboration, Organization, and Reading to Learn. So those are all skills that our teachers are working with our students from K-6. Obviously, you can't work with inquiry with our kindergartners because they're really starting out, right? But our 6th graders are doing some inquiry. But with our kindergartners, we're working with organization. Something as easy as organizing, getting their materials ready for class or homework. So That's Avid Elementary that we do district-wide and school-wide. Just want to show you really quick our PBIS expectations. These are our, when we were growing up, our class rules, school rules. We don't call them that anymore. We call them expectations. So as a school site, we have these expectations that focus on safety, responsibility, attitude, attentiveness, and timeliness. So our kids, they know, a lot of our kids have memorized our saying or motto, however you want to call it, and it's everyone's safe, everyone's safe, act responsibly, great attitude, listen to learn, and everyone here on time. And so that's an acronym for EAGLE. So that goes with the different expectations that we have for our students. So that is our PBIS program. And you'll be seeing that throughout the year because our counselors, psychologists, our teachers will be working on different expectations throughout the year. Really quick on school information. Remember, our gates open at 7:30 in the morning. So if you drop them off before that, we don't have any supervision. So we just ask you to wait till 7:30, and then we have our kids, we'll have our supervisor there. The first bell rings at 7:55. That's when school starts. Tardy bell rings at 8 o'clock. I've already instructed my pupil supervisor, ladies out there, they close at 8:01. So the gate is closed. That means it's 8:01. That's past 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, the child is tardy. All right. Next one is dismissal time. Just again, reminder, 1:50 is K-3rd, 4 through 6 is 2:15. Minimum day is 12 o'clock. And our next minimum days will be parent conference week. Our students will get out 12 o'clock. We will give you guys more information as we get closer to that date. Got 1 minute. Again, a lot of you already know where we enter. Kindergarten enters on Wensley Avenue. The gate's there. And this is wrong. 1st to 6th graders, they use, in the morning, they enter through the front gate on the drop-off zone. So that's for the morning. In the afternoon, when we exit, kinder goes out to their gate where they came in through. Over here with the 1st to 6th graders, we made it a little bit different. Anybody getting picked up by a parent or anybody who's walking home, there's a side gate by the front office. They go out that gate. Only students being picked up by cars get picked up in the drop-off zone where the cars line up. So that way we keep parents out of that area and blocking, the cars, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the new way we're picking up. Okay. Breakfast and lunch. We offer breakfast and lunch. We offer breakfast to all our students every morning. So there's a breakfast card. The teacher takes attendance, takes the whole class out there, and every kid goes by the card. And if they don't want to eat breakfast, they don't have to, but it's offered to everybody every day. And there's our lunch schedule for those that you haven't seen it. We start at 11 o'clock with our kindergarten group, and we start every 10 to 15 minutes. And our last lunch is over at 1 o'clock with our 6th graders. So for 2 hours, we're serving kids, and also they have recess. We have our supervisors out there for 2 hours. Dress code, I'm sure everybody's aware with the dress code. White tops, navy blue bottoms, closed shoes. Really quick, Crocs. So there was a question about Crocs, and I asked about it. Crocs are okay because they're closed from the top, from the front. They have a closed shoe, and they have a strap, so that keeps the shoe from flip-flopping like a sandal or a flip-flop. So those are okay. And then obviously school t-shirts. I'm a big school t-shirt guy, so whatever you purchase online from our events that you get from summer school, etc., you can wear that any day with your navy blue bottoms. Again, homeschool communication. We have the calendar, the menu, the cafeteria menu, our class dojo. We already talked about the homework folders, the agenda, student planners. You will have parent conferences the 26th and 29th. Every kid gets out at 12 o'clock that week. We also have our quarterly report cards, Facebook, and school district website. So we have a lot of information, a lot of ways for you guys to get information. I'm sorry for rushing through it, but I know you guys got to get to your presentation.